Rayon, it's 7:30, you'll miss the bus. I heard you. Rayon, it's 7:30, you'll miss the bus. I heard you. You don't have to say it 10 times. I'm just trying to help. Yeah, well, it doesn't feel like it. The sound of a door shutting a little too hard echoes through the morning quiet. For Rayan, every conversation felt like a battle he had to win, starting from the moment he woke up. At school, it was no different. His friend Ion approached him in the hallway. Bro, did you finish the science assignment? Obviously, Rayon shot back. It wasn't that hard. I thought question 3 was confusing. Rayon scoffed, his voice dripping with mockery. Only if you don't understand basic stuff. Ion fell silent, the friendly energy between them instantly vanishing. Rayon didn't seem to notice. He was just being honest, right? Later, in class, Miss Clara laid down the rules. Phones away, everyone. From his desk, Rayon muttered, just loud enough to be heard. I'm not even using mine. Rayon attitude won't help you here, she warned. Under his breath, he added, neither will, repeating the rules. A few students glanced his way. Some shook their heads in disapproval. He just rolled his eyes. Why was everyone so sensitive? Then came the group project announcement. Miss Clara explained, you'll be working in groups on a bridge design challenge. This will test your teamwork and problem-solving skills. Whispers rippled through the classroom. Please don't put me with Rayan, he always argues. Rayan heard them, but he brushed it off. They were just intimidated by someone who actually knew what they were doing. As fate would have it, he was placed in a group, and the tension was immediate. We should distribute the weight evenly across the base, one teammate suggested, pointing at their sketch. Rayan immediately cut in. No, that's slow. My idea is faster and stronger. We'll build a single, reinforced arch. But if we rush, another teammate tried to interject, it might be unstable. Rayan cut them off too, his frustration boiling over. Why does everyone overthink things? Just trust me. I know this stuff. We're supposed to decide together. The first teammate insisted. And I decided, Rayan declared, grabbing the materials and starting to build his way. The others exchanged defeated looks and reluctantly followed his lead. They tried to offer suggestions, to point out potential weak spots, but Rayan dismissed every concern. The moment of truth arrived. They placed their bridge on the testing platform. And within seconds, it buckled and collapsed into a heap of popsicle sticks and glue. We warned you, a teammate said, their voice tight with frustration. An awkward, heavy silence fell over the group. Rayan stared at the wreckage, a knot forming in his stomach. He wanted to blame them, to say they didn't help enough, but the words wouldn't come out. That evening, he walked into the living room, slumping onto the sofa. Everyone at school is so fake, he vented to his dad. They act like I'm the problem. There was no response. His dad just sat there, reading a book. Dad, are you listening? Rayan asked, his voice rising. His father slowly lowered the book, his gaze calm and steady. I am. I'm just letting you hear what it sounds like when your words push people away. Rayan was taken aback. What's that supposed to mean? You talk a lot, son, his father said gently. But you rarely listen. The words hit Rayan harder than the failed bridge. He had no comeback. For the first time all day, he was completely silent. Late that night, Rayan lay in his dark room, the glow of his phone screen the only light. He scrolled through his notifications. Nothing. No messages from Ihan. No pings from the group chat. It was quiet. Too quiet. He thought back on the day. The way Ion went quiet in the hall. The whispers in class. His teammates giving up during the project. His father's words echoed in his mind. Why does everyone stop talking when I start? He wondered. Why does every conversation turn into an argument? A slow, uncomfortable realization began to dawn on him. Maybe it's not them. The next morning felt different. "Breakfast is ready," his mom called out. Rayan paused at his bedroom door. He took a breath, then walked into the kitchen. "Okay, I'm coming," he said, his voice softer than usual. His mom looked up, a small, surprised smile gracing her lips. "All right," she replied warmly. It was a tiny change, but it felt significant. Back in the classroom, Miss Clara was reviewing their homework. "Rayan, your answer here is close, but it needs a slight revision to be fully correct." The old Rayan would have argued. He would have insisted he was right. But today, he just nodded. "Got it. I'll fix it." The entire class seemed to notice. Ion glanced over, a curious expression on his face. Later, a new group challenge was announced. This time, students could form their own teams. Ion and another classmate were looking for one more person. Rayan saw his chance. He walked over, feeling a mix of nervousness and determination. "I'll join," he started, then paused, correcting himself. "But only if everyone's cool with it." There was a moment of hesitation. The other teammate looked at Ion, who gave a slight nod. "Yeah, let's try," she said. This time, the dynamic was completely different. They debated ideas, sketched out plans, and actually listened to each other. At one point, a teammate proposed an idea for the support structure. The old Rayan would have shot it down instantly. But this time, he considered it. "Okay," Rayan said, surprising even himself. "Your idea actually makes sense. It's more stable than what I was thinking." Ion grinned. "Did you just agree with someone?" Rayan let out a small laugh. "Don't get used to it." The whole group chuckled, and the tension that always seemed to surround him finally dissolved. Their new bridge was put to the test. It held strong. "This bridge passed the test with flying colors," Miss Clara announced. "Strong design and great collaboration." As they packed up, Ion turned to him. "You were different today, man." Rayan thought for a moment. "I didn't stop speaking," he said. "I just stopped fighting every word." Rayan learned that real strength and confidence come from being louder than everyone else or winning every argument. They come from knowing when to speak, and more importantly, when to listen, because respect isn't demanded, it's earned. And the first step to making your voice heard is learning to hear others first. If you ever feel like you're talking but no one is listening, maybe it's time to pause and listen yourself. You might be surprised by what you hear. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. See you next time.